Hello, and welcome to my audiobook of Poisonous-Mattheo Riddle by a whore for Lily Tub on Wattpad. I did find this on TikTok. I intend on reading all 15 chapters. I will try my best to read these in a British accent. We're sitting by a nice fire tonight. I don't know how far I'm gonna get to this first chapter, so we'll see. Might break it up by pages, but yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna probably laugh a little bit because I don't know how to do a British accent. I must confess myself. Okay. Today was the first day of my 6th year at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. A wave of distress washed over me, a slightly sick feeling burrowing itself in the pit of my stomach. The first day of school always made me nervous, despite now being 17. It always felt like I was doing my first day of year 1 all over again. I threw on my green robe over my uniform before walking to my bathroom to fix my hair and do my makeup. I don't know where that went. Okay. During the summer, I seemed to develop curves and my face became more sculpted. I was becoming a beautiful woman, according to my mother. I glanced into the mirror beside me, slightly grimacing at how short my skirt was. I lightly tugged down before covering myself with my robes. I also forgot to mention I have 0 reading comprehension. I have not read a book since freshman year. Anyways, to continue. Hey, you ready? Oh, that was definitely English lines. Oh wait, you ready? No, just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I'm kidding. Hey, you ready? Ivy asked me, walking into mine and Odia's shared dorm. I peeled my eyes away from the mirror, turning my head to send her a warm smile. Yeah, let's go, I replied. Walking to where she was standing, linking our arms. What the fuck? Who does that? So today's gossip is that there's a new boy, Ivy whispered, wiggling her eyebrow at me, causing a laugh to fall from my lips. I winked at her before continuing down the stairs. Oh, really? Well, don't be getting too Zambini jealous now. What the fuck? Okay. Ivy parted her lips, her jaw following a gape, before punching me in the arm. You bitch, I said, punching her back. Morning, boys, I said, politely greeting the boys while taking a seat at the Slytherin table. The boys were already sitting down, having a conversation. Finally, you guys took forever, Draco groaned. Oh, that's not what he sounds like. I scowled at him across the table. Fuck off, snowflake. Love that for her, okay. Most of the students in the Great Hall were gossiping about the new boy and how fit he was. Typical. Pretty much every girl at this godforsaken school was boy-obsessed. I wasn't sure whether it was the fact that I'd never done anything other than casual hookups now and then. Oh, there was no comma there. But boys just didn't seem like a priority to me. I was snapped out of my thoughts by someone clicking their fingers in front of my face. Earth to Florence, Jacob called, finally getting his fingers out of my face. Sorry, what were we talking about again? Ivy smirked, turning to look at me. The new boy, his name's Mattheo. Maybe it's Matteo. It's Mattheo to me. The new boy, his name's Mattheo Riddle. Oh, cool. I replied. I don't think I know how to have a conversation with other people. Okay. Not really interested in engaging in the conversation. Ivy was about to start something else when the doors to the great hall opened, revealing a tall, cocoa-haired boy. Okay? The boy strutted through the tables, a sly smirk painted over his crimson lips. Whoa. I breathed out, my breast slightly hitching. Jacob cupped my face in his hands. What the fuck? Forcing me to look at him. Got it. Okay. Promise you'll stay away from him, Flo, he said, as a perturbed expression appeared across his face. Why did he want me to stay away from him? Okay, I whispered before he pulled his warm hands away from my face, shooting me a reassuring smile in the process. Slytherin! The hat shouted, triggering everyone to shoot their heads up. The brown-haired boy waltzed over to the Slytherin table before cockily. There's no ing in there. Cockily taking a seat next to me. Hello, brother, Theo chuckled. Our whole group snapped their heads up. We all darted looks at one another, ones that silently said, "What the actual fuck did he just say?" My eyes were soon peeled off of Odea's. What? My eyes were soon peeled off of Odea's by a cold finger being placed delicately under my chin. In a swift motion, the hand roughly pulled my face toward them. I let out a low grunt before meeting the irresistible eyes of Mattheo Riddle. A smirk slowly crept onto his face, amused by the sound that I had let out. Who do we have here? Who the fuck says these things? Okay, he asked, still keeping his eyes glued onto mine. Hands off, Jacob growled, through gritted teeth. Teeth? Matthew finally let go of my face, harshly pushing it away from him, his icy rings pressing at my burning skin. Ivy, what do we have first? I asked quickly, trying to change the subject. Dada was Snape. What? Okay, maybe it's supposed to be read as D-A-D-A. Oh, Defense Against the Dark Arts with Snape, not Dada. She replied, rolling her eyes up. I abruptly stood up from the table, grabbing her arm and practically dragging her out of the hall. As soon as the door shut, she burst out in a fit of giggles. Well, that was some first impression, she said, finally claiming down. It's supposed to be calming down. It's not me this time, I swear. Tell me about it. Malfoy, you're sitting next to Riddle, Snape announced, strutting into the classroom, Theo following him. But sir, I stammered, I really did not want to sit. Is her last name Malfoy? I don't know. I really did not want to sit with Theo. I'm telling you, it's Matthew. What a stupid name. No buts, Florence. You will do as you are asked. I thought Snape... Actually, I haven't finished the movies yet. I feel like this is not realistic. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She said it like that. Anyways, I huffed, grabbing my textbook. I sent Ivy an irritated look across the room, to which she pouted her lips sarcastically. I slammed my books down on the table, causing Theo to look up at me. That stupid fucking smirk. She's Irish all of a sudden. Hello again, he smirked. Fuck off. rolling my eyes at the arrogant boy. Suddenly, I felt a cold hand. Why is his hand so cold? Get this kid some mittens. Grabbed my wrist, causing a groan of pain to fall from my lips. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the groan. I looked into his mesmerizing eyes once again. Don't speak to me like that, slut. What? He doesn't know anything about us. These are some strong accusations. Oh, I do remember this part. I really do remember this. I thought we were laying in bed next to each other when I read this. I don't know. He spat. Not like spitting. He just spats things. So I guess I should read it as, don't speak to me like that, slut. I don't know. He spat. His face slowly getting closer to mine. Bite me. Oh, she's a bitch. Okay. He chuckled under his breath, slightly letting some pressure off of my now purple, aching wrist. What the fuck? That's a little too strong, my guy. I bet you like that, wouldn't you, Malfoy? I can't get over the fact that her last name is Malfoy. Is this in the future? I haven't finished the Harry Potter movies or the books, so I really don't know if Malfoy is even alive. Okay. Just when I was going to fire an insult back, Snape's voice bellowed from the room. I also thought Snape died. I'm on the last movie and he hasn't died yet, so I don't know. Malfoy and Riddle, detention. Alright. Theo dropped my wrist at once. I winced in pain, slowly rubbing the purple ring around my arm. I groaned in annoyance. Get more time with this annoying twat. I picked up my quill and opened my diary, slowly scribbling away at the parchment. You know, it's a wattpad when there's a diary. My breath hitched at the feeling of a cold hand resting on my thigh. Sexual assault, sexual harassment, report. I looked over at Theo, who, of course, had a smirk painted on his lips. His hand slowly drifted higher and higher. Theo. We're not fingering people in Snape's class. Out of all the classes, not Defense Against the Dark Arts. Okay, anyways. Theo. Yes, princess. Break. He whispered back, not taking his eyes off the front of the class. Oh. Not here, I told him. He slid his hand off my thigh before placing it under my chin. Oh, sweetheart, what makes you think you're in charge? The fact that she has control over her body, that's what. Class dismissed, Snape announced. I rapidly grabbed my books and rushed out of the classroom. This is literally sexual harassment, I'm not gonna lie to you. The two of you will stay here and scrub the desks. The door will be locked, so don't even try. Sorry, my nose is running. Should we get some sniffles ASMR? Anyways. Where did I leave off? Oh, Snape told us, strutting out of the classroom. My heart plummeted into my stomach as soon as Snape left the room. Anxiously, I played with my rings. Yeah, you have a right to be anxious. I feel like she's about to get raped. Thoughts danced around my head. Fuck it, there's no way Snape will just let me off if I don't do something. As I reached out my hand to grab a cloth, Mattheo grabbed my wrist, squeezing it vigorously. What is with him and grabbing fucking wrists? Didn't think I'd forget how you spoke to me earlier, did you, slut? Stop calling me a slut. I also feel like I am Florence, which is not the name I would choose, but okay. Oh, again, he spat. So I guess I have to read it in my spatting voice. Don't think I'd forget how you spoke to me earlier, did you, slut? He spat, inching closer to me with each word. I stood in complete silence, his warm, minty breath lightly fanning my lips. Fuck off, Riddle. You don't scare me. Oh, I remember reading this part. I hissed, attempting to release my aching wrist from his grasp. I made that same mistake earlier. You see, that's where you're wrong, kitten. Don't call me fucking kitten. In a swift motion, he flicked out the blade of his pocket knife, dancing it carefully on my cheek. I can smell it on you. You reek of fear. You're just too much of a stuck-up bitch to admit it. He chuckled as my pulse increased. It's funny, you know, he began, finally letting go of my throbbing wrist and pacing around the room. For someone who has such a defense built up, you're not very strong. I may have only just met you, Florence, but I know a pathetic... Ooh. Guys, he called me a whore. For someone who has such a defense built up, you're not very strong. I may have just met you, Florence, but I know pathetic whore when I see one. I'm gonna slap this man. I burst out laughing, as you should. That was a stupid statement. I burst out laughing, causing his head to shoot up, a scowl across his face. Oh, please, your toxic masculinity is humorous. Snaps for Florence. Do you get off to the thought of calling girls whores, Riddle? You better shut that dirty little mouth of yours. Oh, he spat. You better shut that dirty little mouth of yours. He spat at me maliciously. God, this is already 15 minutes long, and we're only on the first page. Make me, I whispered, slowly inching my lips closer to his. A cold hand brushed my thigh once again, slowly inching further up. His icy hand brushed my core. This might be a little... I don't know what comes in on me reading this. I'm reading this aloud. A cold hand brushed my thigh once again, slowly inching further up. His icy hand brushed my core, causing me to let out a breathy moan. I'm not doing the moan. I threw my head back onto the wall. His hand ghosted my heat again. I don't understand that statement. He chuckled under his breath. Proves my point. He wrapped his hand around my neck, pushing me further into the wall. Was she assuming gonna become the wall or something? I don't know what the point of that was. You need to learn how to speak with... No, she does not, sir. You need to learn how to speak to me with respect, witch, or it won't end well for you. Reading comprehension skills. Not something I have. Okay. Oh, we're almost on this page. That sounds like a threat, Riddle. He replied, more pressure to my neck, making it burn in agony. Believe me, it is. He finally let go of my neck, waltzing out of the classroom. Cocky bastard. That's page 1. That's your preview. Let me know if you want to continue on with this series. I don't know how many pages are in this chapter, but just let me know. And I'll continue on. So yeah.